Hi guys, a very good morning to all of you. Welcome to Oliveboard Speed Reading Practice 3.0 editorial session. Very good morning guys. All of you who have joined. Abdul, Rajneesh, Manoj, Jitendra, Logeshwaran, Muskan, very good morning. So quickly come in, join in for the session. We'll read something very different today and lengthy. So be prepared all of you. Now, before I begin, guys, yesterday's answers that you gave for the homework question, I was just going through that. Now, one phrase that we discussed was due diligence. Okay, you remember that yesterday we discussed it. Many of you have answered also in the comments below for yesterday's video. I was just checking. So there's some confusion. Don't write the dictionary meaning. Understand what is the context. Okay. So steps taken to avoid committing any offense. Anurag has mentioned it correctly. Okay. Sabri, you also have mentioned it, right? Jennifer, correct. Vikram, Paras, Twinkle, Pavitra, Mishti, Vishwa, Anand, Prabhuda, Anil, Karthik, Priyanka, Manoj, your answers that you have given me yesterday for this particular for this particular phrase, remember, you try committing an offense, and that is maintaining due diligence, right? Uh, right. Don't forget that, and check the usage, where all in the various context it is used. Okay, various paragraphs where all it is used, meaning will be clear. Due diligence, right? So this is one thing I want you to check again, the usage. Okay. Yeah, now starting with your article for today, let's start reading. But before that, we always revise the previous day vocabulary. So let's begin with that. And guys, I have to tell you the new batches that are there on Oliveboard website. We have started with SBI PO. Okay, basically this course is up. We are going to start soon with the sessions also. So if you are targeting SBI PO 2022, also particularly just English, if you want to learn, we have a separate batch for that also, just English. But this is PO batch, SBI PO 2022. Use code Harshita for discount and enroll. Okay, for both prelims and mains, it is for both prelims and mains. We have clerk batch separate. If you want to only English for SBI PO 2022, then we have winners batch, winners for SBI PO 2022. Okay, now you buy the best plan, which is on Oliveboard, which is super elite plan, you can access multiple courses. So every course will be included here. If you buy just one super elite plan on Oliveboard, which is the best one, I tell you again and again, individual courses that you go for, instead you go for one plan, super elite. Okay, for 6 months, 12 months, and you get all these courses. Okay, and use code Harshita here also for maximum discount. Guys, anything that you buy on Oliveboard, SSC, UPSC, okay, railways, insurance, banking, please use my code for discount. Here I'm there on Telegram as well as Instagram. So on Telegram, you can easily join my group and channel. It is Harshita Khurana, the grammar girl. Okay, and on Instagram, it is Harshita dot the grammar girl. Okay, both these places do join me. Now let's start with previous day vocabulary. Let's quickly discuss this, then we will move to the paragraph. Okay, quickly you have to give me the meanings, guys. We have done these words yesterday, so start with the first one. All of you, I am waiting for your replies. Quickly, all of you give me the meanings here. Yeah, surplus is excess, something in excess, large amount, जरूरत से ज्यादा, अत्यधिक, right? हाँ, excess. Demarcate, next one. What is demarcate? How is it used? Give me the simple meaning. When you set the boundaries, the limits of something. Very good, Abdul. Set the boundaries or limits of. Correct. Encroachment. encroachment, intrusion on a person's territory, intrusion, interference, intrusion on a person's territory or right is encroachment, right? Collating, collect, one word, and combine is collate. Collect and combine. When we collate data, we say collate data, collect and combine. Prudent, who is prudent? Somebody who has intelligence, who is wise, experienced, okay? Entrust someone. When you entrust means give the responsibility to someone. Show trust on them, give the responsibility to someone. Okay. Boosting is helping, encouraging, aiding, provide fillip, encouragement, due diligence. Now here again the word is there. I would like to clarify this one. All those people who have given the dictionary meaning, give me a simple meaning. Okay, when you have mentioned in the homework question, some of you have actually given me a meaning which is very complex. You have to understand the usage also whenever you're doing any work. Okay, so reasonable steps taken by a person. Usually in law we use this. Okay, steps taken by a person to avoid committing an offense. To avoid committing an offense is due diligence. When you maintain due diligence, right? So avoid any harm to other people, to property. Okay, this is how we use this particular word. So he failed to exercise due diligence in trying to prevent the accident. Okay, right. Grapple with is a phrase which means deal with, and when you are reluctant means you're not willing, unwilling to do something, unwilling. Okay, so these are your words. I think these are very basic words. Each of these words you should remember, know for the long term. Very, very basic words. Now, today we are going to read something very different, okay, and something lengthy. So, are you all ready for something lengthy? You know, I was actually scared of taking this article because it is definitely going to take time. But I thought, why not? Because we can stretch a little bit and we can start. We can read something different today. So why not? Okay. So yes, we are ready. So we are going to read this from the Hindu. Okay, it's the review of a movie. Okay, which is obviously all of you must have heard about it. Lot in the paper, on social media, right? So there are various opinions regarding it. There are various viewpoints regarding it. Okay. So what we are going to do is read from the Hindu. What is their viewpoint? What has the writer written? Okay. Chalo, let's start. Acha, Pooja is already worried, ma'am. Will it go beyond 8 a.m.? Let's see. Maybe not, Pooja. Right? Let's see. It depends on the speed also. Okay. So very quickly, I want you to give time to this reading. Okay, and then how? Okay, Mahesh has already watched the movie. How is it? Mahesh, will you now see? Those who watch the movie can see whether they agree with this particular review given or no. Okay, right. Acha, no, we'll not extend too much. Also, let's see. Sorry. Even I haven't seen yet, but we can read about it. What is it about? Shreya, very good morning. Exodus, you all know, in which many people leave a place at the same time. Okay, exodus, mass exodus. Okay, tragic. Now, docudrama, if you see, it is a combination of two words. Can you see here? A dramatized television film based on real events. So, documentary, we say. Now, you see two words, docudrama. So, based on real events. If there is a dramatized film, we call it docudrama. So if you want to mislead somebody, you will not say the complete truth. You will say one side of the story. Usually when we say one aspect or one part of the truth, usually to mislead someone, we say half truth. Okay. Modified documentary. Incite, incitement, very important word. To encourage somebody to do something, particularly by making them angry. Yeah. Similarly, you can see many synonyms like that. Propel meaning, propel also similar. Propel is drive something, encourage. When you support one idea, one policy, one belief, okay, of basically supporter of a policy of revision, changes, of modification. Okay, so when we support, who examines and tries to change the existing beliefs about how events happened, okay, or what happened, right? What was their importance, their meaning, is a revisionist. Now, guys, understand re means again. Revisionist means who examines and who tries to change the existing beliefs. It's a noun word. Okay, who tries to change how events happened or show how things happened. What is distortion? Change. Okay, something from its natural or usual shape or condition. Distort. Destroy. Change from the natural way. Shape means kind of destroy. Okay. A battle of narratives. Narratives, when we refer to here, are stories, set of events, consecutive events. Okay, events in a story. Okay. Alternative, different view. Alternative is another view, different view. Again, when you provoke someone, you want a reaction. Okay, give rise to a reaction. Right? Now see, what does this first para say here? Once upon a time, writer-director Vivek Agnihotri told us a hate story. This week he has produced yet another. Edged is produced. So he has come up with another story. Okay, mounted like a revisionist docudrama. Mounted means it is shown like advocating a policy of, like, basically it is a dramatized film based on real tracks. It tracks the tragic exodus of Kashmiri Pandits from their homeland in 90s. So the story, what is it about? That is mentioned. Okay. It tracks means it gives us the picture. It tracks meaning it shows us the events. Okay. It follows the events that have happened, right? Follows the movement, the events that have happened of mass movement of people leaving Kashmir. Okay, these were Kashmiri Pandits in 90s. Now, it is a battle of narratives, the writer is saying. It is the battle of events that are there in the story that are put together. He has sided with, when you side with something, basically you take side, you favor something. He has sided with one version of the events. He has shown one part. Okay, using some facts, some half truths. What are half truths? Half truths when you show the one part of truth. Okay, trying to mislead people, showing one side of it. Okay, and there are plenty of distortions. Okay, so the what actually happened, the reality, there are a lot of changes done to, modifications done to it, right? It encourages an alternative view about the Kashmir issue. It gives us or talks about a different view about the issue. Okay, with the intent to not just provoke, basically this is done to not just give rise to reaction but also make people angry, encourage them to do something with anger. Okay, so the purpose, the intent was, the purpose is to provoke them. Okay, give rise to a reaction in them, right? So this is what is written. So what is it about? What is the story about? The first paragraph is talking about it. So it is the start, guys, the first para. Now you have got a good idea after reading the title as well as the first para itself, that writer is actually praising the movie or no, or is you basically criticizing it, or usually is it positive or negative? The idea that you have got in the first para itself, will the paragraph be positive or review will be positive or negative? ठीक है. सो लेखक निर्देशक विवेक अग्निहोत्री ने हमें एक हेट स्टोरी सुनाई थी. इस हफ्ते उन्होंने एक और काम किया है. 1990 के दशक में अपनी मातृभूमि से कश्मीरी पंडितों के दुखद पलायन का ट्रैक करने वाले संशोधनवादी डॉक्यू ड्रामा की तरह द कश्मीर फाइल्स अनिवार्य रूप से कथाओं की लड़ाई है. इट इज अ स्टोरी, इट इज अ फाइट ऑफ बैटल ऑफ नरेटिव्स, जहां अग्निहोत्री ने घटनाओं के एक संस्करण के साथ संकल्प किया है। कुछ तथ्यों, कुछ आधे अधूरे सच और कई विकृतियों का इस्तेमाल करते हुए ये कश्मीर मुद्दे के बारे में एक वैकल्पिक दृष्टिकोण को बढ़ावा देता है, जिसका उद्देश्य न केवल उकसाना है बल्कि हाँ काफी ज्यादा उकसाना या गुस्सा दिलाना भी है। ठीक है, सो दिस इज व्हाट इज मेंशन्ड इन द फर्स्ट पैरा। नेक्स्ट पैरा, see, it's a full review, guys. It's a full review. Those who have watched can relate, also can understand. Okay, do you agree with this review? Every paper you will find a different review of the same movie. Revisionist means, again I will go back, Shreya, for you, advocating or supporting a change. Okay, trying to show. A revisionist is any person who tries to modify and show, okay, what are the events that happened in the past, right? Modification, one who revises or modifies, okay, who tries to change the existing beliefs about how events have happened. Okay, who is a revisionist? Who tries to change what and to change and show what or how the events happened is a revisionist. Not a very frequent word, but we can understand the meaning still. Testimonies is like evidence, basically. बयां देना, testimony, evidence, basically, right? Acha, Anupam Kher's acting was good. I will also watch it. Let's see when. Guys, akin to means similar to something. It is used as connector also. Similar to something. Akin to. Okay, when we show similarity, we use this particular word. Okay, situation of insurgency. Insurgency in the state means withdraw, vivad. Okay, violent struggle. Deliberately, intentionally. Now, when a group of people try to take control of their country by force, that we say insurgency. Okay, a group of people who try to take control. Okay, so by force, using force, that is insurgency. Now, when we say intellectual lobby, basically people who belong to a group of people who influence politicians to do something. Okay, so basically lobby, when we refer to the intellectual lobby, okay, we refer to people who try to persuade the politicians, right? We refer to a certain class of people, okay. So that is intellectual lobby. Now, no, it is genocide is not based on gender. Genocide means killing. Genocide is killing large number of people. That is the meaning. Okay, killing deliberately, intentionally killing large number of people. Okay. Now, pressure groups, right? Intellectual lobby, pressure groups who try to pressurize the politicians, right? Now, the Kashmiri Pandits' pain, now plural, guys, we are showing possession with only apostrophe, is real. It should be expressed in popular culture, but it deserved a more nuanced or strategic take rather than us versus them worldview. So the writer has shown a view which shows us versus them, two parties divided and fighting. Okay, the writer is saying that the director has shown a view like this. Okay, Agnihotri has propagated over 170 minutes. So propagated means this is what he has tried to promote for the film duration. Okay, over 170 minutes film. He has tried to support, to promote, okay, this view, us versus them view. Okay, so what he has done is this. The film is based on testimonies, okay, evidences what people have given, what has hurt them for generations. Scarred means, when you are scarred means you are emotionally severely hurt by the trauma. Okay, you are emotional trauma that has affected you, severe trauma because of what happened in Kashmir. It presents the tragic exodus, the mass movement. People, when they go out or move out of a country in groups, in large groups. This is very sad, very tragic exodus. Okay, because they were killed in large numbers and similar to a Holocaust. Okay, tragic is extremely sad exodus. This was intentionally kept away from the rest of India by the media. Did not show it also. The intellectual lobby, okay, the people, the pressure, the group which pressurize the government of that day, okay, because they had their own secret interest. Okay, it could be usually for power, for money, but they had all own secret interest. So this incident was not also shown, okay, by the media. Okay, and this is what happened, right? So yeah, it is a little lengthy, but yeah, we can go for the first few paragraphs. We have to understand the words also, no Manoj, so I can't be too quick, but okay, I will try to be a bit more quick. Getting this particular para, कश्मीरी पंडितों का दर्द वास्तविक है और इसे लोकप्रिय संस्कृति में व्यक्त किया जाना चाहिए, लेकिन अग्निहोत्री द्वारा 170 मिनट से अधिक समय तक प्रचारित हम बनाम वे विश्व दृष्टि के बजाय यह एक अधिक सूक्ष्म, अधिक उद्देश्य के लायक था. यह फिल्म राज्य में उग्रवाद से पीढ़ियों से पीड़ित लोगों की गवाही पर आधारित है. सो वॉट एवर टेस्टिमोनीज दे गिव, ओके, गवाही, ओके. सो और दुखद पलायन को एक पूर्ण पैमाने पर नरसंहार के रूप में प्रस्तुत करती है, जो कि होलोकॉस्ट के समान है, जिसे मीडिया द्वारा जानबूझ के शेष भारत से दूर रखा गया, बौद्धिक लॉबी और तत्कालीन सरकार अपने निहित स्वार्थों के कारण. सो बेस्ड फॉर देयर सीक्रेट इंटरेस्ट, वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट, for the strong reasons that these politicians have had. Okay, this was not shown or this was not shared by the media also, this event. Okay, next para, quickly read this. Now we'll go a bit faster also. Wherever you don't understand, you tell me. Next para. I am not giving a message to watch, but yeah, definitely, I think people which will definitely watch this. Acha, Mati has a question. Holocaust is also similar. Okay, killing large number of people. Accepting different opinions, tolerant different kinds of behavior is liberal. Modeled on something means modeled on. Now this is a phrase when you say something is modeled on something else, based on or designed on. Based on. Flashbacks, memories that we get. Back and forth meaning, again the phrase back and forth, from one place to another, back again. Okay, all the time, back and forth. Like how we say traveling back and forth. Okay, so in the movie, there were events like that. Flashback set in a time earlier. Flashback is something which is set in a time which is earlier than when. So to show something that happened before the main story, right? We see flashbacks, okay, in these movies, akin to, I've already told you, similar to. So the director, as Agnihotri, has improved upon the form he adopted in the Tashkent files, where he presented his take on former earlier Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri's death through memories, flashbacks, with the story going back and forth in time. Here in this particular movie, a Kashmiri Pandit and student of a good university, premier university, modeled on Jawaharlal Nehru University, based on this, okay, designed on this, has been tutored, given tuition by his liberal teacher, tolerant teacher Radhika Menon, who plays the role of Pallavi Joshi, into believing that the secessionist is, a movement. Secessionist movement, when you try or you support the act of becoming independent, separate in Kashmir, is similar to India's freedom movement. So this is what it has been shown in the story. Simple paragraph. Okay, modeled on means based on, right? So what is shown in this movie, that is mentioned. See, Agnihotri ne they ताशकंद फाइल्स में अपनाए गए रूप में सुधार किया है, जहां उन्होंने यादों और फ्लैशबैक के माध्यम से पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री लाल बहादुर शास्त्री की मृत्यु पर अपना विचार प्रस्तुत किया, राइट, जिसमें कथा समय के साथ आगे पीछे होती रही। यहाँ कृष्ण दर्शन कुमार एक कश्मीरी पंडित और जवाहरलाल नेहरू विश्वविद्यालय पर आधारित एक प्रमुख विश्वविद्यालय के छात्र को उनकी उधार शिक्षक राधिका मेनन ओके ने यह विश्वास दिलाया है कि कश्मीर में अलगाववादी आंदोलन एक समान है भारत का स्वतंत्रता आंदोलन की तरह। ठीक है, इट इज लाइक इंडियाज फ्रीडम मूवमेंट, दैट इज व्हाट द टीचर हैज टॉट दिस पर्टिकुलर स्टूडेंट। ओके, next para, quickly read this. I don't think it is very lengthy now. This is a story in short. While even I might go and watch. I will actually watch it. Appease meaning is make someone less angry. A clash of civilizations. Narrative is a story, you know. And terror outfit we refer to any terror outfit. Okay, the group, the party, which we refer to which causes fear on fear in others, right? So terror groups basically. Okay, guys, quickly, what does this paragraph say? It is about the movie. So what happens when Krishna's grandfather Anupam Kheri dies? He returns to Kashmir with his ashes and meets four of his grandfather's friends who tell the real story of Kashmir to Krishna, to audience. Okay, the real story is told in this story, in their narrative, in their story. Kashmir was faced with a clash of civilizations. The Pandits were left to die by the state. Central government was made to pacify one community. Okay, the villain of this piece is the story is Bitta, who seems like a combination of real life Ghulam Muhammad Dar. Okay, the Faces of Terror outfit, Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front. This is how. Appease means mollify. Correct, Shreya. ओके, हाँ, तो ये पूरा मूवी बता रहा है विच इज ओके। इन रिव्यू यू यूजली गेट टू नो दैट। सो जब कृष्णा के दादा पुष्कर नाथ की मृत्यु होती है तो वे अपनी राख के साथ कश्मीर लौटते हैं और अपने दादा के चार दोस्तों से मिलते हैं जो कृष्णा को कश्मीर की असली कहानी बताते हैं और निश्चित रूप से दर्शकों को भी बताते हैं। उनके आख्यान में कश्मीर को सभ्यताओं के संघर्ष के सामना करना पड़ा और पंडितों को एक समुदाय को खुश करने के लिए राज्य और केंद्र सरकार द्वारा करने के लिए छोड़ दिया गया। ओके, सो टुकड़े का खलनायक बिट्टा है। खलनायक मीन्स द विलन, जो वास्तविक जीवन के गुलाम मोहम्मद डार उर्फ बिट्टा कराटे और यासीन मालिक के संयोजन की तरह लगता है। तो आतंकवादी संगठन जम्मू और कश्मीर लिबरेशन फ्रंट के चेहरे हैं। ओके, सो दिस इज द स्टोरी विच इज मेंशन्ड. Now there is a comparison, small comparison in this para. Quickly continue reading. See, we get a lot of words with these reviews also. Like I keep telling you, you can go for book reviews, movie reviews. Narrative is, yeah, storytelling, story. Appease also is synonym, Shreya. Pacify, appease. Compelling means something which will bring interest, evoke the interest of people, attract them. Okay, evoke interest. Brutal is bad, evil, brutal intensity, extreme, very cruel, very violent. Okay, so guys, you all know bloodshed, torture. Bloodshed is killing, harming people. Okay, so unlike means we are showing the dissimilarity. Vidhu Vinod Chopra's film on the subject, Agnihotri, has no time for romance. He did not show any romance in the valley. It is more like a rejoinder, a witty reply to Vishal Bhardwaj's Heather, as the film tries to suggest that Kashmiri Muslims deserve to suffer after what they did to Pandits and other minorities. So it is disturbing. It grips and gripes means it is a film that holds your attention but complains in turns. There are scenes, killing scenes, torture scenes, other very, very cruel things. It shows how the Pandits are treated very differently. Okay, they are filmed with very, very cruel intensity. Camera work is dark, showing deep, deep shades of the valley. Also, the performances are compelling. The performances are great, developing interest. Okay, gripes, grips and gripes. It's hold and gripe is complain. Okay, so it's about the Kashmiri Pandits, right? Okay. Now, see what is mentioned in the film. It is unlike Vidhu Vinod Chopra's take or stories. इस विश्व पर विधु विनोद चोपड़ा की फिल्मों के विपरीत है. जस्ट द ऑपोजिट व्हाट दिस डायरेक्टर हैज डन. अग्निहोत्री के पास घाटी में रोमांस के लिए समय नहीं है. ये विशाल भरद्वाज की हैदर के लिए एक प्रत्युत्तर की तरह है. ओके, क्योंकि फिल्म ये बताने की कोशिश करती है कि कश्मीरी मुसलमान पंडितों और अन्य अल्पसंख्यकों के साथ जो किया उसके बाद पीड़ित होने के योग्य थे. ओके, एक परेशान करने वाला टेक ये बारी बारी से पकड़ता है और पंडितों के खून खराबे, यातना और अन्यकरण की हास्यों को क्रूर तीव्रता के साथ फिल्माया गया है. ओके, कैमरा वर्क घाटी के गहरे उतावले रंगों को कैप्चर करता है और प्रदर्शन सम्मोहक होते हैं. ठीक है, सो बेसिकली द परफॉर्मेंसेस आर वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. इट इवोक्स योर इंटरेस्ट व्हेन यू वॉच द मूवी. ओके, नेक्स्ट वन, लेंदी पैराग्राफ. I know it's a very lengthy review, but it is interesting to read. And also, please remember, don't forget your vocabulary. Don't be lost in the movie story so that you forget all the vocab and phrases we are learning. Manjot, good morning. Who is a conscious keeper? The part of the mind that tells you, conscience is part of the mind which tells you whether what you're doing is right or wrong. Okay, whether you should do this or no. Morally right or wrong. What you're doing is morally correct or no. So that part in you is called the conscious keeper. The conscience, okay. So one who maintains that is the conscience keeper, okay. What is clickbait headlines? Have you heard? Now in newspapers and news you always hear over the internet. So clickbait means you will click. The headlines are so engrossing, okay, so that it will attract your attention. Content that is given whose main purpose is to attract attention, to encourage the viewers to click on the link or the web page. You will be so attracted by the content, the headline, that you will click on it. Conspicuous, easily noticed. Revelation, when you reveal, from the word reveal, okay, something that is made known. Noun word, revelation, you make known, you reveal it, you tell it, talk about it, okay. Shallow, something is shallow, not deep, not in depth, not having or showing serious thought. The phrase is used which means borders on, okay. Borders on easy character assassination means lies on that boundary, to be very like something. To be very like something, okay. If any behavior, quality or feeling we talk about borders on something, it is almost that thing, okay. Bordering on something means usually something that you consider bad, it is almost that thing bordering on, okay, almost the same thing. Assassination, you all know, murder of VIP, somebody who's very very important, some famous person, some important person, you murder them, assassination. Arouse animosity, feelings of hatred. Animosity is feeling of hate. It will arouse that, it will cause a reaction among people, cause a particular reaction. Okay, alleged is what is blamed, still not proven, okay. Something which is alleged, it is not proven but it is said, okay. Aropit, supposed, alleged methods, supposed, okay. Unrest, violent situation, okay. Choreographed, exploiting, milking is exploiting, using to get your own advantage, okay. Showing unrest, where there is a situation of unrest means violence, okay. People are angry and likely to protest. Now, now let's start. As the conscious keeper of the film, Kher is at his rhetorical best. Okay, Anupam Kher, again we are talking about his performance. I think somebody mentioned also here, right? Tear ducts is the ones which cause the tear, okay, which makes you cry, okay. So yeah, choreographed unrest, correct Manoj. Pretty interesting. Acha, at his rhetorical best meaning, can anybody tell me? Kher, Anupam Kher we are talking about. He was at his rhetorical best. Why? The complete line meaning basically how effectively he speaks, okay. He is at the best if you talk about his skill of delivering the dialogues. Okay, everything what he has done in the movie is best. Darshan is a revelation, and it's good to see the gifted Pallavi. So all the actors, the writer is praising. Mithun Chakrabarti, Prakash Belavi, Puneet Isar, Atul Srivastava, they all sound convincing. Okay, they have acted well. Rhetorical is the act of speaking, good oratory skills when you when you sound convincing actually. Okay, so everybody is believable. They sound convincing means it is very, very believable. It looks like real you know characters. Okay, so they are very, very clear. Convincing is sound convincing means they look like real characters. Okay, we are easily able to believe in them. Okay, however, the film that accuses the foreign press, it puts blame on the foreign press, okay, for exploiting the choreographed unrest and clickbait headlines. So the foreign press, what they show, okay, the film accuses them, okay, gradually falls for the same exploitative. The film which you know puts blame on them gradually falls for is a phrase which means it again falls for means it is basically captured or attracted by the same thing. Okay, supposed showing the supposed or alleged exploitative methods to reach out to tear ducts. It shows the same scenario like they always show to bring in feelings of hatred. It arouses, causes a reaction of hate. Okay, there is no effort to understand what exactly happens when majority becomes minority. So again, now the writer is talking in negative about the film. The voice of the moderate Muslim is not easily seen by its absence. The representation of the educated elite class, the group which is, you know, advantages group, the elite class, the educated people is shallow. The representation, the how they have shown this class is very, very shallow, not the depth. And it looks like very, very easy character assassination, the murder of the characters. Okay, so this is all negative about the movie, what the writer feels. Okay, ठीक है, right. टीयर ग्लैंड, हाँ, टीयर ग्लैंड तक पहुंचने की बात, करेक्ट, टीयर डक्ट, गेटिंग इट. सो इन नेगेटिव व्हाट द फिल्म हैज शोन and what is not correct here, right? So basically फिल्म के विवेक रक्षक, कॉन्शियंस कीपर के रूप में खेर अपने बयानबाजी में सर्वश्रेष्ठ हैं. बेसिकली अनुपम खेर communication or dialogue delivery, basically communication here is dialogue delivery is the best in the film. Okay, दर्शन एक रहस्योद्घाटन है और प्रतिभाशील पल्लवी को वापस देखना अच्छा है. मिथुन चक्रवर्ती, प्रकाश बेलावाड़ी, पुनीत इसार और अतुल श्रीवास्तव पुष्कर नाथ के मित्र के रूप में आश्वस्त हैं. ऑल दीज कैरेक्टर्स आर वेरी गुड. हालांकि वह फिल्म जो विदेशी प्रेस पर धुआने का आरोप लगाती है, अशांति और क्लिक बेट सुर्खियों में आती है, धीरे धीरे उसी कथित शोषणकारी तरीकों के लिए आंसू नकलिकाओं तक पहुंचने और दुश्मनी पैदा करने के लिए गिरती है. जब बहुसंख्या अल्पसंख्यक हो जाते हैं और इसके विपरीत क्या होता है ये समझाने का शायद ही कोई प्रयास होता है. नरमपंथी मुसलमान की आवाज उसके ना होने का स्पष्ट है. शिक्षित अभिजात वर्ग का प्रतिनिधित्व है और आसान चरित्र हनन पर अंतिम सीमाओं की ओर है. So basically it borders on easy character assassination, the last line. Next, these are all the you can say criticism that the writer is writing about the film, what is not good about it. Okay, next small paragraph, quickly read this. idea that people do not need God or religion to satisfy their spiritual or humanist or emotional needs. Relating to humanism, philosophy of humanism is humanistic gaze. Okay, treating people with respect, making certain they are safe. Okay, that is lost. कुछ संवाद आशा देते हैं कि अग्निहोत्री उस विषय की जटिलता को संबोधित करेंगे जिसे पहले संबोधित नहीं किया गया है. Some of dialogues give hope that Agnihotri, the director, will show the complexity of the subject that has been addressed before, that has been shown before. But this doesn't happen. एक बार जब वह एक धर्म के खिलाफ एजेंडा चलाना शुरू कर देते हैं तो कश्मीर फाइल्स अपने उद्देश्य मानवतावादी नजर को खो देता है. यह उस अवधि का वही चुनिंदा व्यवहार करता है जो वह 90 के दशक में खिलाड़ियों पर आरोप लगाता है. Okay, so basically it loses the humanistic touch in the movie. Okay, it does the same selective treatment of the period that it accuses the players in the 90s of. Okay, so selective treatment shown in the movie, that is what the writer is saying. Okay, it loses the humanistic touch. Chalo, next one. Hindi also I'm explaining so everybody understands this. Okay. Obviously Hindi is not very easy for me, Manoj, but yeah, I'm trying. Chalo, next para. No middle ground meaning? What do you mean by no middle ground? Middle ground is a set of ideas, arguments, decisions that two or more different groups of people can agree on. Okay, situation that is not extreme. Okay, middle ground is where there is moderator. There is a situation which is not very extreme, but here that situation is missing. In this, there is no middle ground. So in accession position, when you possess a right, an office, a title, you take up, that is accession. When you say rigged ballot, you try to control the results of an election dishonestly. The prism of today, how we look at things today. Okay, how the things are today. Prism of today. The first line, Agnihotri looks at the past from the prism of today, means as how things are today, the vision of today, right? It looks from, with the vision of today, he looks at the past. Okay, so here this is what is written. Now this paragraph, what does it say exactly? Like most in the era of social media, okay, how people look at things. Today we are living in a time of social media. Okay, so how people look at things, the director also look at the past in the same way. Okay, lot of dinner table discussions make it to the screenplay. There is no middle ground, means there is no set of ideas where two different groups of people or types can agree on the same thing. Okay. And as he picks and chooses instances, he's picking up examples from the past according to what story he wants to give. He selects, he talks of Sheikh Abdullah, but he does not mention the role played by Raja Hari Singh at that time of accession of Kashmir to India. He doesn't talk of how the election results were dishonestly controlled. Okay, all of these things he has left. So सोशल मीडिया के युग में अधिकांश की तरह अग्निहोत्री अतीत को आज के चश्मे से देखता है और बहुत सारी डिनर टेबल चर्चाएं ऐसे स्क्रीन प्ले में बनाती हैं. ओके, उसके लिए कोई बीच का रास्ता नहीं है क्योंकि वह अपनी कथा के अनुरूप अतीत के उदाहरणों को चुनता है और शो करता है. वह शेख अब्दुल्ला की बात करता है लेकिन कश्मीर के भारत में विलय के समय राजा हरि सिंह द्वारा निभाई गई भूमिका का उल्लेख नहीं करता. ओके, वह इस बारे में भी बात नहीं करता है कि कैसे 1980 के दशक के अंत में दांधली वाले मतपत्र ने कश्मीर में बुलेट संस्कृति को जन्म दिया. हाउ द बुलेट culture came in Kashmir. He did not mention that also. So basically writer is saying he selects according to what he wants to show in the story. Okay, there is no middle ground. It is very extreme what he has shown. Okay, right. Next one. Okay, we have 3 more paras remaining. Let's continue reading. Nice editorial, Akhil. It is lengthy, but yeah, this is a complete review given in the Hindu for the Kashmir files. It is not as black and white as the director has shown. What do you mean by black and white? It is there are shades of gray. Okay, black and white. It is not so direct. Okay, it is there are various shades to it. The story is not so direct. What the writer is trying to show. Okay, it is not so monochrome. A situation. It is not very easy situation to understand. So direct. So it is not very simple thing to understand if what is right and what is wrong. But the writer tries to shows that, the director tries to show that in the movie it is not black and white, clear that we can make out, okay, this is right, this is wrong. Okay, so yeah, it is not that. Okay, it is not black and white, right? Okay, so here, hmm. Yeah, today's article is a bit lengthy. What does it say? The film does give less importance to the Pakistan-Afghanistan angle. It puts the responsibility to continue the insurgency on the local Muslim, the revolt, which is shown. In this documentation, terror has a religion, and it shows this in documentation that every Muslim in Kashmir has been a person who is a separatist. It is interested and who is interested to convert Hindus to Islam. Okay. The out of syllabus means what the film doesn't show is how Dogra kings ruled the state. Okay, religious slogans were raised. Indeed, definitely, Kashmir Pandits got caught in the crossfire, the gun firing between India and Pakistan that happened. But the history is not so simple. Okay, the history is not so black and white like the director wants us to believe. Okay, there are shades to it. Okay. सो फिल्म में पाकिस्तान अफगानिस्तान के एंगल को दिखाया गया है और स्थानीय मुसलमानों पर उग्रवाद को कायम रखने की जिम्मेदारी है। अग्निहोत्री के दस्तावेज में आतंक का एक धर्म होता है और ऐसा प्रतीत होता है कि कश्मीर में हर मुसलमान अलगाववादी रहा है और हिंदुओं को इस्लाम में परिवर्तित करने का इच्छुक है। इट शोज फ्रॉम दिस हिज फिल्म 1947 तक डोगरा राजाओं ने राज्य पर कैसे शासन किया ये यहाँ पाठ्यक्रम से बाहर है, आउट ऑफ सिलेबस, ही डिड नॉट मेंशन दिस। बेशक धार्मिक नारे लगाए गए और वास्तव में कश्मीर पंडित भारत और पाकिस्तान के बीच गोलीबारी में फंस गए, लेकिन इतिहास उतना काला और सफेद नहीं है जितना अग्निहोत्री हमें विश्वास दिलाना चाहता है। इट इज नॉट सो ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट, इट इज नॉट सो क्लियर। ओके, नेक्स्ट पैराग्राफ guys, 2 more paragraphs only. Next one. Okay, just read this one too. I'll give you for homework also, don't worry. Climactic speech meaning? Climactic means very, very exciting, most important. Mystic, not easy to understand. Who spends a life talking or communicating with God. Belonging to other world, otherworldly. Okay. So the names of Kashmir legends and their contribution that Krishna invokes, mentions in the climactic speech are there in the history books. Okay, the makers got to know them during the research. It is not fair to tell the audience. They are telling that they have not been taught. Okay, in the books, but it is there. Talking selective use of facts. The film directly attacks Farooq Abdullah, Mufti Muhammad Saeed, and indirectly holds Congress responsible. This is what the film shows, but the film forgets that it was the other National Front government that was in power when this happened. Okay, whose survival depended on the outside support of the other parties. All this the film has conveniently not shown. Okay, so कश्मीरी किंवदंतों के नाम और उनके योगदान जो कृष्ण ने जलवायु भाषण में दिए हैं वे इतिहास की किताबों और मौखिक परंपरा में बहुत अधिक हैं। फिल्म के लिए शोध के दौरान अगर मेकर्स को उनका पता चल गया तो दर्शकों को यह बताना सही नहीं होगा कि उन्हें रहस्यवादी लालेश्वरी शंकराचार्य की कश्मीर यात्रा और राज्य की बौद्धिक राजनीति के बारे में नहीं सिखाया गया था. इट इज बैड दैट फिल्म मेकर्स आर सेइंग दैट इट इज नॉट देयर इन द बुक्स. इट इज देयर. तथ्यों के चयनात्मक उपयोग की बात करते हुए फिल्म सीधे फारूक अब्दुल्ला और मुफ्ती मोहम्मद सईद पर हमला करती है और अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से कांग्रेस को पलायन के लिए जिम्मेदार ठहराती है, लेकिन आसानी से हमें यह बताना भूल जाती है कि यह राष्ट्रीय मोर्चा सरकार थी जो कि जनवरी 1990 में सत्ता में थी, जब कथित नरसंहार हुआ जिसका अस्तित्व भारतीय जनता पार्टी और वामपंथी दलों के बाहरी समर्थन पर निर्भर था. So he forgets to tell that okay, this was the party there, okay, at that time. Okay, so guys, yeah, rest for homework. Now I have not only two more paragraphs remaining, which I want you to cover. I know it was a very lengthy one, but I have put other articles also that I want you to read here from 15th March newspaper. The Hindu, Home is a Journey, very interesting article. And Firmly Out of RBI's Comfort Zone, Easy One, Financial Express. These two also I want you to read. Grip and gripes, please remember the meaning, the context, and again use my code for discount on Oliveboard. I know I'm sorry for the lengthy article, but I thought we'll read something different today. I'll share the PDF. The remaining one you do read, because there are lots and lots of phrases and words which you understand through this one editorial, one article. Okay, right. So Arvind, again, I'll share the PDF. Any words, it will be. I'll be happy if you will discuss any of the words which we did not understand on Telegram also. Okay. I'll see you again in the evening for the practice session. So it was a lengthy one. We usually do not take this. Usually don't take such lengthy articles, but this time I thought we'll try. I hope little bit you understood. Okay, but it is a review of a movie. If you read this again, movie review, book reviews, it will definitely help in enhancing your vocab knowledge and context. Okay, thank you guys.